What's up, Junes? How you all doing in today's video? We are gonna be playing Escape Barry's Prison or whoever this guy is. So without further ado, let's get started. So guys, ace this game, play with some yapper girl who's obviously me. So without any other thing, let's yap. So, I used to have this friend at school, and at first, we were actually really close. Like, we told each other everything. We sat together, worked together, laughed together, all of that. And honestly, I thought everything was completely fine. Until I started noticing small things. Like whenever something good happened to me, she'd act weird. Not angry exactly, just weird. For example, one time I answered a question correctly in class, and the teacher literally said, "Good job." That's it. But the second class ended. My friend goes, "You're lucky the question was easy." And I just laughed it off. Because I thought maybe I was overthinking. But then it kept happening. If I got good marks, she'd suddenly become quiet. If someone complimented me, she'd roll her eyes. And if I talked to other people, she'd act annoyed the whole day. At first, I kept making excuses for her, like, maybe she's just stressed. Maybe she didn't mean it. But deep down, I knew something felt wrong. And then one day, something happened that made me realize everything. So during lunch, I got up to get water, and when I came back, I heard my name. My friend was talking to another girl, and she was saying stuff like, "She acts so perfect all the time. People only like her because she's funny." And the crazy part is, I never even knew we were competing. Like in my head, she was my friend. I wasn't trying to be better than her. But hearing that honestly hurt. Because it's different when a random person dislikes you. But when it's someone you trusted, that hits harder. So after that, I stopped talking as much. Not in a rude way. I just stopped forcing things. And suddenly, she started acting nicer again, which confused me so much. She'd text me first, sit next to me again, try to joke around like nothing happened. And one day she finally asked, "Why are you acting distant?" And honestly, I didn't even know what to say, because I didn't want drama. But I also couldn't pretend I heard nothing. So I just told her the truth. I said, "I don't think friends should secretly compete with each other." And she got really quiet after that. Like, really quiet. Then, after a few seconds, she goes, "I just felt like everyone liked you more." And suddenly, I didn't feel angry anymore. Because honestly, I think sometimes people get jealous. Not because they hate you, but because they feel insecure around you. That doesn't make their actions okay, but it explains them. After that conversation, things weren't magically perfect or anything, but at least everything became honest. And honestly, I learned something important from that friendship. Not everyone who's jealous of you wants to destroy you. Sometimes they just wish they could be like you too. Okay, that was sad, but I moved on from that, and I'm happy now. Anyways, let me tell you about the weirdest sleepover ever. So one time I went to my cousin's house during vacation, and obviously we stayed awake way too late. At first we were just eating snacks, talking nonsense, and laughing at random memories from school. Then, around 2 a.m., we got bored. And boredom always leads to bad ideas. My cousin suddenly said, "Let's go to the storage room upstairs." Immediately, I said no. Because every house has that room. The room nobody uses. The room that somehow feels creepy for absolutely no reason. But everyone else wanted to go, so now I couldn't be the only scared one. We grabbed our phone flashlights and slowly walked upstairs trying to act brave. Meanwhile, every stair was making dramatic creaking noises like we were in a horror movie. When we finally reached the room, honestly, it looked normal. Just old boxes, clothes, and random furniture. Nothing scary at all. And then we heard a noise. Not loud, but enough to make all of us freeze instantly. One of my cousins whispered, "Did you hear that?" And suddenly nobody was joking anymore. Then something fell really loudly inside the room. We all screamed at the exact same time. One cousin ran into the wall, another dropped her phone, and I almost tripped trying to run away. It was complete chaos. But after a few seconds, everything went silent again, which somehow made it even scarier. Then my cousin randomly said, "Wait, what if it's just a cat?" And honestly, that made sense. So we slowly walked back into the room to check. And guess what we found? A tiny kitten, just sitting there beside a fallen metal container, staring at us like we were the crazy ones. Turns out the kitten knocked it over and caused the noise. The funniest part is we spent almost 20 minutes being terrified of a baby cat. After that, everyone suddenly became brave again. We gave it water, wrapped it in a towel, and somehow it became the center of the whole sleepover. And honestly, that night became one of my favorite memories ever. One time in the cafeteria, my friend waved at someone behind me, and I waved back confidently. Turns out, she wasn't waving at me. I slowly put my hand down and pretended nothing happened. Honestly, it was embarrassing,